This has been produced by umunu.com.
Greetings and welcome to TiU Radio, theinfounderground.com. Today's date is Tuesday, 24th of May 2011. I'm your host, Ognir. Back after a break. Glad to be back. We have some interesting things coming up this week. I have that I promised on Thursday night. We have our Middle East Islamic banker, and it's not Mohammed Rafiq, it's an American guy. It's already been on my show. He's coming on Thursday. We also will have Cynthia McKinney, Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney coming on. Maybe even butt into this show if she's available. She's in Iran at this anti-terrorism conference, very important for the Iranians. So that could happen either tonight or it'll happen in the next few days. She's been to Libya and talking about Iran. Our guest is Rana Kurd, known to many of you. So without further ado, welcome Mr. Joe Blow, man.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good there. So how you been keeping?
Well, my life has sucked rather recently, but other than that, I'm doing quite well now.
Well, now rather than... Okay, well, maybe we'll get into that later on. Joe, I'd like to, big thanks for the TiU crowd for getting the forums finally updated. You can do searches now. The spammers are blocked. It was driving me crazy. 100 spammers a day, deleting them and whatever. Anyway, I had a quick chat with you earlier on today, and we decided on a topic which was porn and PII, and we're going to get into them. When we get into BDS, and we're not forgetting the Israeli criminals by any means.
Hell no.
But as you'll see, there's the same forces working behind porn and PII. Mm-hmm. And Joe, let's get into this personal identifiable information, which we were discussing very briefly today, and I just gave you a couple of leads and whatever, and it's absolutely all over the net. Now, could you give a clear definition of what PII, personally identifiable information, is?
Well, it basically refers to information that can be used to uniquely identify, contact, or locate a single person, or which can be used with other sources to uniquely identify a single individual. Frankly, what we're talking about is, of course, the full name of a person, national identification number, I guess in America that would be a social security number, IP address, which is quite familiar to all who use the internet. It could be many other things also, vehicle registration number, driver's license number, credit card numbers, birthday, birthplace, as we say in Swedish, Vattenhals, whatever.
Okay, well, I mean, without getting further into detail, let's just who's this particular. Basically, we're talking about different websites, and we might as well mention the bigger ones: Yahoo and Google, people that have Gmail and Yahoo mails, and Microsoft Mail and whatever, MSN, Hotmail and whatever. That every time we go anywhere that's free, free emails, there's a price to be paid.
Oh yes, that's completely true. Because what people don't understand is once they get our email address, they have this idea that's magically somehow on their own computer. No, that's not true. You sign up for an email address that you're on a server that's located somewhere else, which is controlled by someone else who has access to the hard drive where your information is stored on. So at any time they feel like it, they can see what does your inbox contain, who you've been sending emails to, who have you been receiving them from, and what have you said to each other.
But it's also a word analysis is filtered. So, for example, we take the case of Gmail. We spoke about it before, Joe. Lots of people have covered it, but we just in the context of what we're talking about. If you have a Gmail account, I use it. Publicity comes up. An email comes in from a buddy of yours, and he's talking about he was up a banana tree. All of a sudden, you see advertisement for banana-related companies on the top. And you sign up. You lose your rights. This is well known with Google. It's well known with the rest of them. Yahoo and the Russian ones, the one that went an IPO today, it's all well known that they spy on it, and you have to sign your rights away. Now, what's interesting, Joe, I found is the use of profiling. Now, we spoke after 9/11 about Bush giving 1 billion or 1.6 billion to spy and whatever.
Oh yeah.
I believe that number is a fraction of what the overall budget. We're being built into a profiled society. We can go and call it Big Brother and whatever. Just give boogeymen, German death cults. Let's get into who is actually running this. We're also talking about all the free sites on the internet. I'm not talking about you come onto my website, Joe, my company website. It's a free site. You could buy something if you want, but it doesn't cost you anything. That, as far as I'm concerned, is a legitimate site. But these sites that you don't know who's behind them, that are providing fabulous service, whether it's storing your photos or storing your blogs and whatever, that they're all interrelated. And this brings us into by chance I came across an article about a month ago, which I related to you earlier on today, which is about porn and who's behind the porn industry, the same as the banking industry, the same as the white slavery industry, and it's all their system. And we spoke about, and I'm not I know a couple of porn sites, don't worry, I know a couple, but I'm not a regular by any means. But I came across a buddy of mine, one in his early 50s and one in his mid-60s, early, absolute porn freaks, and they openly discuss it. Guys around say, oh shit, you can get this on the internet now and all this, and a particular site was mentioned, which was YouPorn, and it's based on a kind of a style, a YouTube.
Ognir, will you believe this? I've never heard of this website until you told me about it today. I'm not joking. Seriously.
I'm sure there's a million sites, Joe. This one I've heard mentioned. I'd looked into it, I think, about a year or two ago, and it came up in statistics on the whatever that tracking thing that
Google Trends
in Alexa. In Alexa, it came up, and I think I mentioned it online about a year ago or so. But after talking to my two buddies, an interesting conversation. We're guys, but I don't spend my whole day of things to do. Their devotion, and one of the sites, as I mentioned, was this one. So I went and had a look. Okay, it looks like YouTube, but it's full of porn. You've grannies and transsexuals and disgusting, degrading porn. I'm not. Everyone does whatever they want to do. However, not my cup of tea. However, the first thing I thought about was, who the hell is behind this YouPorn site? Why are they giving all this stuff away free?
Not just that. I want to mention something. I've gone to other these YouTube porn-like sites. And one thing I've noticed, YouPorn, compared to all the other rest of them, is extremely fast. It is the fastest YouTube-type porn website I've ever seen.
Where's this company registered, I wonder?
Well, it's registered in the Caribbean with the...
Curaçao.
Yes, which is...
Jewish island.
Yes, formerly owned by the Dutch, the country of Holland, the Netherlands. Yeah, of course. And we did a little research about who actually owns it. It was rather difficult, but I had to go to the actual country's website of Curaçao, where the hell is it called? And it seems to be a Chavez goy by the name of I can't speak English. Forgive me. Stephen Paul Jones. I can't. Like I said, a little problem with the English. And we did a little bit more research on him, and he was trying to purchase the largest pornographic company in the world by the name of Vivid, which is also based in the Netherlands.
Who owns that?
Oh, that's a definite Jew right there. Someone with the last name of Hirsch.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just looking over my notes right now, and let's see. He lied about some reporter attempted to contact him, and he had been lying about who he was. Said he was 27. He was actually 40-ish.
So hold on, Joe, just let I get this straight. We are saying that this free website that you said is extremely fast.
The fastest I've ever seen.
The fast, free porn, disgusting porn website.
Yes.
Is owned by a Jewish guy. And this guy wanted to buy one of the biggest, real-time porn company that makes money.
Well, no, it's actually run by a Shabbos Goy who wanted to purchase the largest pornographic company in the world, which is owned by a Jew, which is based in the Netherlands. And guess what? Funny thing about this, I used to live in the Netherlands, specifically Amsterdam. And guess what? I've met the guys from Vivid. All the guys I've ever met from Vivid were blonde-haired Jews who were shortish, like around the same height as me. And they were all into martial arts. And so I can personal experience. I can confirm that it is a Jewish company.
So no. This is. Let's get back to get back to the PII. That they are digital, everything being digitalized, that they are tracking, and they're able to pick. They have different algorithms that know how people are going to, how they type, and everything will be matched in. Whenever
but that goes back to our current topic of this company, because if you look on the Wikipedia page for YouPorn, they mention there that they use PII technology. Now, why would they use PII technology? One could assume that for commercial purposes, that if they go to some Google search frequently for, I don't know, let's say Chinese hookers, then the next time they come to this YouPorn website, they're going to, let's say, show more pictures of Chinese hookers videos or Oriental porn. But I have another theory that I haven't shared with you, which I will do right now.
Please go ahead.
What's stopping this YouPorn site? Let's say a married man who was a government official in a foreign country. He likes to look at midget porn, which isn't socially acceptable where he lives. And if this would ever come out, it would be quite embarrassing for him. He could ruin his life. Well, what's stopping this YouPorn site from contacting, I don't know, the CIA with this man's sexual, not preference, but let's just say interest when it concerns this?
But do you not think that's going on, Joe, already?
Yes, I do. That's the reason I mentioned it, because to me it seemed extreme. That one
I disagree with you. I disagree with you that giving it to the CIA or FBI, it's stolen in midstream. All data is stolen in midstream and analyzed long before anyone else gets it.
Oh, you could say that, but another idea that had popped in my mind is they can't make it so blatant. They can't just say, yes, we do know exactly what you're doing directly from your home connection. We spy, straight off the internet pipe. They have to give like some semblance of, let's say, third parties. That's why I believe that they started mentioning this personal identification information, just so that they won't have to say like, no, we know directly what you're looking at. And they could say no because we gleaned your name from here, or we found out you lived here. That's why, despite your many attempts at being anonymous on the internet, we would discover who you were. I see it as more of a tool for plausible identity,
marketing, or
no? I can't. There's a little problem with the English. Plausible deniability.
Okay.
That's just my own little conspiracy theorist opinion, but of course, it could be quite divergent from reality.
We already know we have deep packet inspections that these people are able to go in and, no matter, I don't believe that the SSL is going to, protect you from that. We have secured sites and all of that. You go on to PayPal, it's secure. PayPal, who owns PayPal? It goes back to Herzliya, it goes back to the same criminal network. There isn't, people need to, be careful, what you put out. If you're going to try to hide something, probably the worst place to say anything about it is on the internet. And we're now also talking, Joe, about videos and audios and any form of information, any form of data hitting the internet or connected to the internet. They're able to scan it, I presume, in real time in whatever protocols they're scanning. What's going on.
No. What do you call it? Anonymity does not exist on the internet. Anyone who believes that, let me tell you guys something. If you're using a proxy, or let's say you're stealing Wi-Fi off your neighbor, they still know it's you. Okay, I can guarantee it.
Joe, I had a quick story from work. about the information you give. And I installed about a year ago for one of my clients a program that does all the holidays. Everything is written down, and then it publishes HTML pages that are posted internally on an internal intranet, and all the staff can see who's on holidays, who's days off, who's travelling, and whatever.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, about 2 months ago, the hard disk crashed and absolutely blew up, and I had to reinstall from scratch. So I installed XP, installed antivirus and whatever. And of course, one program I was missing was this program. Now, I had the serial code, so when I went on the website, I downloaded it, but it was the newer version, wouldn't accept the serial number. So I contacted the company, and I said, I explained what happened. They said,